Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. Assalamu alaikum. Yo, it's the gods back again.
Blackgod Ra Allah.
Blackgod Ra Allah. Peace to the God.
Mr. Science Lord.
Man, yo. I said, yo, let me bring the God back on there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, just general discussions like we always do. Me and the God, for the most part, we stay on the Power He One building, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? It's like every now and then, you know, when the God's in my area, you know, we try to get together and have our little bills and whatnot, you know. But, God, it's been a lot, you know, just in the conscious community.
Yeah, God, you know.
Some people say the so-called conscious community, but it's been a lot going on lately. I know, you know, me and you've been messaging each other,
True indeed.
you know, about certain things, but just lately with the whole, you know, Farrakhan being disrespected and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad being disrespected by, you know, Young Pharoah, General Seti, you know, just on that, God, we just let's just start off with that.
Well,
you know, what's your thoughts?
I thought about it, and I thought about Pharoah and Seti, and I say, well, they bringing all these allegations towards the messenger. I say they must be with the Me Too movement. Because anytime you're labeled somebody a pedophile with no receipts, nothing, they steady state Malcolm said this, Malcolm said that. You showing these little snippet bites of clips. Malcolm never once said that he was a pedophile. So why are you saying he a pedophile? Right. It's like now you bring it up. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad been gone since 75. Right. Now you bring it up. Some stuff that happened way back before 75, and you bringing it up now. You doing like you remind me of what they doing to Bill Cosby and Russell Simmons and everything else. It's like you with the Me Too movement, and you have no knowledge. You never been in the nation. I don't even think they ever been in a temple. And let me clarify this: the Nation of Islam, Pharaoh, the Nation of Islam does not have 120 lessons. You understand? No. The Nation of God's Earth has 120 lessons. We have 120 lessons. So you got to get your facts right, bro. Your facts are all misconstrued. Then you're going into the lessons with no knowledge of self. With no knowledge of the lessons. You have no knowledge.
No understanding.
Yeah, you talking about 4 devils and the Honorable Farrakhan said to kill 4 devils and everything else. You don't even know what the 4 devils are. The 4 devils are lust, hate, envy, and greed. Those are the 4 devils that we kill. If you had a proper enlightener, you will understand that. So now you're just talking out the side of your neck. Yeah. You understand? It just...
I mean, you know, what do you know, about the allegations, you know. I mean, my thing is this. It's one thing to question because, again, you know, we know and understand that nobody is above questioning.
Indeed.
Even the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Sure, indeed.
You know, see, people think that just because we reverence, you know, him and we, you know what I'm saying, as an individual and we, you know, follow his lessons and what he taught us, that somehow it's worship or whatever. But no, even he is to be questioned. Sure, and he encouraged us to question him. That thing that the messenger said in the, I think it was in the 60s, after he came to a complete understanding of the supreme wisdom, the messenger said, if anyone can prove anything that I'm saying is wrong, I'll give you $10,000 out of my brother's pocket.
True indeed. True indeed.
Right now, I'll give you that. The messenger didn't say this back in the 30s and whatnot because he was still learning. He was still studying. But later on, when the messenger now makes this assertion now and tells people, yo, if you can prove what I'm saying is wrong, I'll give you that money. Nobody never stepped up back then. But today, now, out of the woods, we get all of these allegations, as you say, you know, because this is what they are. But what do you think about just the allegations of him sleeping with teenage girls?
Like I said, that was never came out of Malcolm's mouth.
Right.
I mean, you got to understand, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he was an old man at that age.
Right.
So anything could have been younger then. And in fact, that the youngest one was 23 years old. Yeah. 23 years old. That's well above the age limit. True. So he's talking about, he said that he putting up these little snippets that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is supposed to sleep with was a pedophile. Right. But he never not once showed any documents stating it
Right.
Not even the government, not even the white man said he was a pedophile. But it takes these so-called conscious niggas who can't even convey a message right. These niggas to find a man, because I'm a 5%er. I'm nation of God's earth, but it would be no me without the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It would be no Malcolm. It would be no Khalid Muhammad. All these, these scholars that you looking up, and all this Malcolm that you throwing in the forefront. It took the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to put them out there.
Actual fact.
You understand? So we can't disrespect the root,
right?
Just because you disagree with the root.
Right. True indeed. Sarnetta said the same thing. I think I heard him say, something similar. But yeah, that's true. That you love Dr. Khalid. Dr. Khalid never went to his grave disrespecting the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
No.
He may have had differences with Minister Farrakhan, but he never disrespected the messenger. Khalid never went to his grave saying the messenger was a pedophile. He never did that.
And Dr. John Henry Clark was who Malcolm X went to go get his history lessons from. Fact.
Yeah.
Why he was in the nation under the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Fact. So it was never, Malcolm X stated, he said, we may have different motives, but as long as we have the same objective, we'll be all right. When we come out, we keep our religious beliefs in the closet, and spiritual systems in the closet, but we come out as common people.
Right.
You know what, God? I'm gonna say this. When I first got knowledge of self, everybody is different now. Whether you was a Hebrew Israelite, Nation of God's Earth, Nation of Islam, anything you were, a Kemetic or whatever, everybody showed love.
Right.
Whatever doctrine you was under, because we knew that person had knowledge of self. That person got lessons. That person got something, and it was all love.
Right.
Regardless of what you was with. Now it's like separate. You separating some. You want to be, this person want to be more conscious and know, and you got to be with us because this is the right way. You worse than a Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I never hear them bang on all this. We're going to attack the Moors. We're going to attack the Nation of Islam. We're going to attack the Hebrew Israelites. When you going to bang on the whiteheads?
I mean, my thing is, again, and I just want to be clear, it's nothing wrong with going after them as far as information.
Exactly.
But when you start to disrespect,
the disrespect.
That is when we look at you as if you got to be an agent.
You too emotional.
You got to be an agent provocateur, as they say. You got to be, because, okay, if I have something with the Moors or whatever in Noble Jew Ali, okay, I don't agree with everything Jew Ali taught, but at the same time, I'm going after the information. That's what I'm tackling. But Noble Jew Ali, that man, I'm never going to come out my mouth and disrespect that man.
Yeah.
Never.
Indeed.
Because I know that's their elder.
Exactly.
Same thing with the Garveyites. Same thing with whoever.
Well, even the Christians.
Even the Christians.
I can't go after.
I'm never going to come out my mouth and disrespect them or what, because that's somebody's father, that's somebody's grandfather, that's somebody's teacher, that's somebody's spiritual enlightener. I mean, whatever.
And we're grown men at that.
And we're grown men.
We're grown men. A man don't call another man. That's fighting. I don't know where he from, but that's fighting words there.
These kids nowadays, man, these
you don't call a grown man a B word.
These youth nowadays don't understand. They don't know the ledge.
They don't know the ledge, God.
Basically.
No.
But I want to go back to a point you made just a little while ago when you said we both have we have our differences, but it's the same common ground.
True indeed.
I watched a video just recently with Pharoah on there, and he was talking about in 1965 how the Nation of Islam made a pact. I'm using his, vernacular or whatever, but we made a pact with the KKK, and I don't know if you're familiar with that or whatever, but
I'm familiar
what do you think, again, to me, it's just an individual with no understanding.
No understanding at all.
Because at the end of the day, I just want to say real quick before you go in, the Nation of Islam and the Ku Klux Klan, we both have our own agendas. We both want separation for our people. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, they didn't teach integration. They taught, they wanted our own separate nation.
True indeed.
So if the messenger, as we read in the back of the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, the Final Call newspaper, what the Muslims want, what the Muslims need. I mean, in the back of that, you see the messenger says, look, hey, America, we built it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, really, we should take everything because really it's all ours to begin with. Some of us were over here even prior to the transatlantic slave trade, but after you came over here, white man, you made us, whipped us and enslaved us and made us build up this nation, but yet and still, let's divide it up.
And
you take your half, I'll take my half or whatever.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the Nation of Islam and the KKK both see eye to eye when it comes to that. We don't want to mix our race with the white race.
Sure indeed.
We want our own separate states. We already know we can't live among them. So this is the reason why the messenger in the KKK was able to see eye to eye on that. I just want to make that clear.
Sure indeed.
You know, because a lot of people, oh, how you going to see eye to eye with a racist? Well, then you must be a racist. You know.
Yeah, he didn't do the knowledge on it.
Yeah, just build on that.
You know, I suggest him to stop showing the snippets and start looking at the whole. Don't just do the chronology, but also do the psychology of the bills you're trying to do. Because when you pulling up these Malcolm X bills and you putting out these little snippets of pieces of speeches, do the knowledge of why it happened. You understand? Do the knowledge when you talk about Khalid Muhammad. I built with Khalid Muhammad in the physical. In the physical before he went back to the essence. So, truth be told, not only him, he was trying to get back in the nation. But let's be real. Malcolm X was too, and this is from my enlightenment.
Yeah, Malcolm gave the messenger an apology and tried to get back in the nation prior to being assassinated.
Yes. And even in the nation of gods and earths, when a newborn wasn't ready for the knowledge of self, where did the father send him?
Back into the mosque.
Back into the temple, to the root.
Right.
To the root.
That's right.
So, it's just blatantly disrespect. You know, even if I don't agree with everything the father did, and I'm in the nation of God's earth, I don't agree with a lot of stuff, but I will never disrespect.
Right.
Not only just the father or the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but another man,
one of the elders,
another man, period.
Right. Yeah.
Another man, whoever he be. I'm not going to get online and hide behind the camera and call you out your name, B's and H's.
Right.
You understand? It's totally uncalled for somebody to say they're a scholar.
Right.
You too well read.
Right.
You too well read to be using this kind of terminology to try to convey a message.
Right. Right.
Come on, bro.
If it was music, and this is one of the things I think I built with Brother Sutek and Sonetto a couple years back, but that's one of the things that gave me the idea for a conscious battle rap, league.
Yes.
Because, brothers now you can get in there and say whatever, language you want to speak, whether it be curses or whatever, but at the end of the day, as long as there's jewels in there, then cool. But at the end of the day, Seti and Young Pharoah, these brothers are looked at as scholars.
Yeah, scholars.
Brothers that, may have, put books out, I don't know, but when I read your literary, am I going to be reading Mother Effa and all of these curses in your book when I read your books? You don't put that in your book, so therefore when you building with somebody, I feel likewise. There's no need, especially if you addressing an elder, someone as distinguished as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, or talking about someone as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Definitely, you want to at least have a respectful tone when you even approaching a conversation like that, or even questions.
If I'm dealing with a newborn, matter of fact, if I'm dealing with a Christian and he's looking for knowledge of self, he's kind of leaning towards leaving Christianity, and he was like, well, I'm in search of something. I can't go up to him and start bashing his pastor. Right. Because that ain't the way to go. He's going to look at me like, man, my pastor is 67 years old and I've been at that church for 15 years and my mama still going to the church. I got to come with a whole nother angle of intellect to convey my message. You understand? So,
on the like attracts and like repels.
True indeed. It got to be magnetic. So the thing is, God, it just, all the knowledge that they was trying to spit is like gone.
And that's a good point you brought up right there, just to talk about just, brothers and the way that they dress. I know brothers talking about, brothers wear, suit and bow tie and, clean shave and all of this, and, they don't look like the Muslims over there, There's a difference in, first of all, we're in a different time. We're in a different time, we're in a different place, so therefore, we look unalike, but yet our language is attractive to the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they see us. Because, again, you want to have a clean appearance. Whether you have a clean, haircut, dreads, whether you have a beard, no beard, a suit and bow tie, whatever the case may be, your language, you at least want it to be appealing
Well, look at
when people listen to you.
All right. Catholicism, when you practice Catholicism, you'll go to a Baptist church. Mm-hmm. If you practice Catholicism, they don't dress like the Baptists. Catholicism, they're going to wear the yarmulke. They're going to wear their garb.
Right.
When you practice going to a Baptist church, you're going to wear maybe a suit, tie, but they're all Christians. Right. You understand? Different cultures. So if you practice the culture of Islam here, you're not going to dress like over there because the climate different, the culture's different.
Right.
You understand? You're different people.
Right.
It's same with music, same with race. Mm-hmm. We got different cultures. They might be the same deen, but you got to understand one thing about religion. About Islam too. Mm-hmm. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated that I gave you Islam as as a religion, not a religion, or this is your religion. Right. I gave it to you as a religion, meaning if I give you this book as a guide, that don't mean, hey man, live by this book. That means go into this book, do your research then. You know what I'm saying? My enlighteners always said, don't go by the book, go in the book and do your research. You understand? Go in the book and do your research, because first we learn to read, then we read to learn. Right. You understand? So you can't compare that the Muslims in Arabia and everything else to the Muslims in America. It's totally different cultures, two different climates.
Right. First of all, we're African, or even though in our lessons it says, that's a name that the devil calls our people.
True indeed.
But at the end of the day, just to kind of meet with our black power brothers, in an equal place, in that part of the world, we had our own culture.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Islam was always a culture in Africa. Always.
Go.
When you look in Western Africa, that was the culture of the people.
Just think about it. This is America right here. North America. Africa is so big you could fit a couple of these in Africa. So you think.
Facts.
So if you know all the people here, it's a lot of people in America. We just talking about America. And you can fit a couple of Americans in Africa. You think everybody had the same culture? Everybody dressed alike, whatever religion it was? You think everybody wore the same garb? All the different tribes were the same? No. But I guarantee you this, there was always one common ground. Right. You understand? But like I said, consciousness is not conscious no more.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
It's just the respect level that I think brothers really need to have. Again, we're not saying that you shouldn't question Minister Farrakhan or you shouldn't question the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because they didn't teach us that. Yeah. I believe when Minister Farrakhan and Dr. Khalid, had their differences, or Minister Farrakhan mentioned once, he was like, question me, ask me, when he gave the example of the Holy Quran when it talked about Moses walk with the wise man. Ask questions. If we get to a point where you see me doing something and you don't understand, ask questions.
Ask questions.
Why is a question mostly asked by the newborn? I remember, brothers used to say, why is a question mostly asked by the 85%? But no, the 85% don't ask questions. They don't care. They don't care if they see you fasting or doing something. They ain't going, hey, why you do? Nigga, I don't care why you do that. I'm doing me.
Yeah.
So the 85% don't ask why, but a newborn or one who strives to know and understand, he's going to ask questions. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing about it, God, you got a set of internet lessons, because I've seen them pull it up on the internet, whatnot. God's got a book of life. If he would have pulled out a book of life, I would have been kind of, all right. You got internet lessons for one. Yeah. That means you never lived out these lessons.
Right.
So you can't talk these lessons. You have no proper wisdom.
No
proper understanding. Yeah. No enlightenment. Nobody the guy just say, hold up, man. That ain't what the four devils are. Right. That ain't what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about when he said that.
Right.
So you sound real silly.
Right.
Real silly.
Trying to explain something.
Yeah, it
you
just
don't
sound right.
understand.
Real silly. You never
Yeah.
been in this nation, and
Yeah.
I
mean, you know, it takes the devil from 35 to 50 years
Oh yeah, we
before
need to get
he can wear the greatest and only flag.
that. Let's talk about
You know,
that.
the universal flag, the
let me-
sun, moon, and stars,
Yes.
which represents man, woman, and child.
Indeed.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I want to build on that real quick because I'm just looking through. I got like tons of notes.
Let me,
This going to take us a few bills, by the way.
Let me
So-
expound on what he was saying. He was saying that the Nation of Islam are Masons.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Go ahead, God.
Let me let you know something.
Bill,
Man.
God.
If you studied your lessons, you studied that 120 that you got, you know that the Masons are our sons.